Dude, my mom and my dad, I think Lebanese parents are just like the holy grail of constant advice and completely dismiss. You'll be working for something for so long, and then they'll be like, and then it's done. Like, it's like my dad will be like, I'll tell him I did this and I went there, and he's like, did you save money? No. I'll be like, no, I didn't save money because I had to spend. He's like, so you spent all your money to do a show, but you don't have money in the bank? And I'm like, no. He's like, and that's it. Like everything you talked about. I did this. Thousands of people went around the world, did all that. Okay, sure. Okay, whatever. But did you have food on the table now or no? And they keep the priorities straight.
It's true, yeah. I mean, because that's what they've lived. So the shit that they've been through and the difficulties have brought them the greatest lessons. So you bring that to a world that maybe is not fully familiar with that, and you start to bring upgrades.
Everybody asks me, what do you think about the world? I'm like, everybody has their priorities upside down. That's it. That's my opinion of the world. And Lebanese parents have been so beaten over the head and destroyed their entire lives and had to restart. They got their priorities on point, like all of our parents, they don't buy new clothes. They don't change their cars. They don't do anything. They're like, until the kids finish college, until this, until that, because they know what the world we live in is. And they're like, I don't know. Yeah, that can wait. They know. So that's why it's very sobering. They know the sacrifice, man. It's always sobering to talk to them. You meet a girl, you introduce her to the parents, you're all excited, you think this is the one. She leaves the house, and immediately they're like,
no. Khalifa, like they give you a list.
It's really funny, man. I have a brutally honest family, and that's legitimately happened. Where my dad was like,
oh man, we're all the same. It's the same language.
And they're right. And they're right. The girls that they called me out on, they were 100% right. And the girls, and now, the girl that I'm with now is just the greatest ever. And they met her, and then they were like, this is it. Like, this is the girl. And then, and it's always like, like they always, and they'll never let it go. Yeah, they always bring it back.
And they'll tell her, no?
Yeah. And then, and then you're just like drinking coffee, and your mom is just like, and it's like, Mom, that was like 10 years ago. Like, just let it go. I was a child.
You can make a comedy show with Lebanese parents anytime. It's just
all the time.
Leave the camera on and watch.
Just leave the camera on. My parents gave me hell for a girl that I dated when I was like 21, 22. And my dad, I told my dad, I'm like, I'm dating her. Okay, like, we're not getting married. Like, relax. Okay, she's got an incredible ass. I'm very happy. You understand? Like, this is my objectives have been met. And my dad would reply with, when I was your age, we were getting married. Like, you can't, there's no, and I remember once he told me, he's like, you're never going to leave that girl. I'm like, why are we having this conversation? I'm not marrying this girl. He's like, I know you have a good heart. You can't break up with someone. I'm like, what the fuck kind of shit is this? My parents are never impressed.
Yeah.
When I got on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine, I posted it on my socials, and all the comments were like, hey man, good for you, positive visualization. One day maybe you'll make it. And I'm like, I'm on the fucking cover. Like, this is a real thing.
But Baba, like, Rolling Stone.
I made it on the cover. And my dad, I made a bit out of it because I got on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine. He's like, Ibni's on throwing stones. Like, it was like, like, they don't give, there's nothing you can do where people in Lebanon will treat you different. I'll be walking on the street and people are like, Habibi, like, they talk to you because that's how they should. You're no more important than an engineer. You know what I'm saying? It's just more people know what you do. So I love that. They keep you humble, and it makes me better.
Yeah. But this is something I was going to say earlier is I feel this is the more appropriate way of being a celebrity.
Yeah.
Having the responsibility and the human connection, which thankfully is for me at least more feasible thanks to social media, because you can directly connect with, at least online with people. Mm-hmm. And everything you're saying for me has applied very much through YouTube and through the social media, because it's not live, but same idea.
But how is it with you when people, because I do shows and that's a place where people can meet me. How do people meet you? Do they see you on the street? Have you ever done meet and greets? Like, how's your experience been?
Not yet, but so far, to my surprise, I've gotten stopped at in the streets, walking with Rita, and then they're like, "Are you Mark Hachem?" And I'm like, "Yes." And I'm like, "Hi." And I always make sure, as much as possible, I look them in the eye, I shake their hands, and I ask their name.
Yeah.
It's always valuable when you let the person know that I recognize you. I always remove myself. It's important for me not to make it about, I've been recognized. Unless I'm joking. Sometimes with Rita, I'll be like, what's that? But
you see who you're dating, Habibti.
Yeah? Anna famous actor.
When you're in a Lebanese school growing up and the teachers beat the shit out of you, you learn to come up with quick replies,
I feel Lebanese people have this naturally, this sense of cultural sarcasm.
Yeah.
Like they'll make jokes even in the middle of a crisis like they did, like they'll still be like,
they never stop.
We know why this happens.
I remember when ISIS was bombing in 2014 at hotels, within hours, on WhatsApp, you're getting these fake invoices and they're like, look, they're overcharging them. I mean, what else are they going to do? Like, this is unacceptable. And it was so demoralizing for ISIS. Like, they're killing people and themselves, and then the Lebanese are like, yo, this is gonna make a great meme. Like, if
that's very smart.
It's brilliant.
Very smart.
It's fucking brilliant. And in my
mind games,
dude, it's not just mind games. It's like when you're making jokes, that's the biggest middle finger you can give an enemy, because you're literally telling the enemy, I took everything you threw at me, and that was pretty funny, maybe next time. It demoralizes them. That's why I know you're really into Japanese culture. That's why, like, samurai, whenever they were in their enemy, when they lose a battle, they would, before they die, laugh, because they want to leave that last impression that you didn't get to me, even in my last moment, and to haunt that person's dreams that even in death, I will continue to show you couldn't break me. So even when I'm gone physically, spiritually, I'm still going to fuck with you. And I think that's the power of comedy.
Absolutely, yeah. It's like you said, it's demoralizing potentially in that context, but it's morally emotionally uplifting.
Yes.
For you. So
it's emotionally uplifting, and if you can laugh, man, I mean, it's a survival thing. You got to do it.
Oh yeah, especially Lebanese are very skilled at that. It's very Lebanese.
It is incredible, because we keep having, because the normal is the crisis. So you're either going to cry all the time or laugh all the time. Lebanese are like, I might as well laugh. It's bad enough.